everyone, welcome to Hub and Spoke Sparks, presented by the Jared Herr Hub for Innovation and Entrepreneurship at Davidson College. I'm Jared Herr, Davidson class of 2022, and the Gig Hub media producer here at the Herr Hub. Hub and Spoke Sparks are 10-minute interviews with a variety of subjects, and hopefully they'll be able to spark some innovation or inspiration in your career or even your day-to-day life.
Well, thank you very much for joining us on Hub and Spoke. I'm wondering if you could sort of introduce yourself to the audience, maybe talk about a little bit of your career journey.
Sure. I'm Cynthia Beiler. I own a consulting firm called Leveraged Mind Consulting. So I started it 4 years ago. My area of expertise has everything to do with revenue, driving revenue, sales operations. Even with my startup clients, I help them find investors, help them position themselves in a manner that allows people interested in buying, be more interested in them. For larger companies, I usually work with their sales organizations, trying to figure out where some of their hurdles are and help remove that. Usually it's leadership, it's people and process.
Gotcha. Yeah, so what was one of those lessons that you learned starting, your career to where you're at now? What was the big lesson that you learned along the way?
So the biggest lesson I learned really was understanding the power that our mind has over our behaviors. There was a time that I wanted to fix the world and I thought I could fix everyone else's problems, but I realized it has to start internally first. And in sales, our mind is quite a battlefield. So I really took a deep understanding of what goes on in the minds of salespeople to help me be a better leader to them. And then just in general in life, when you understand how much thinking how much your thinking influences your behaviors, you start to understand you have more control over reactions and things like that. So it was a big learning lesson.
Yeah. We like to talk a lot about innovation here.
Mm-hmm.
How would you personally define innovation, and how do you try to incorporate and foster innovation within your own work and within your team?
So I would define innovation as approaching problem solving with nothing on my mind. So removing any past understanding of the particular problem allows me to really being open to figuring out a solution that hasn't been applied or thought of before. So that's a big part of what I do with clients today, is helping them remove some of that past thinking. We've done this before, we usually approach it this way. Get them to just remove all that and think of the potential around the problem in front of them and not what they know today. What do they need to discover to make the solution better?
Gotcha. Yeah, absolutely. We've got probably some students out there watching or listening. I'm wondering, what advice would you give to students that are just looking to get into their first job, start entering the career space, or someone that might be looking to switch and start a new venture or career?
Work is going to be a big part of your life, so you really have to do something you enjoy, and also who you work with and the culture you're in. So understanding what makes yourself tick, what makes you happy, what inspires you, what motivates you. Take that kind of thinking when you're exploring your first opportunity or making a change. Having joy in the workplace is going to just, it'll make you want to come to work in a much better frame of mind and enjoy yourself better.
Great. Well, that's all we have, Cynthia. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.